Hi folks, okay, right, two reasons why I'm using a black ground on this watercolour paper. First is that it's a good exercise in judging tones, tonal values, because everything light you put on here, on this background, will look a lot lighter by contrast. It exaggerates the contrast between the darks and the lights. Similarly, if you put a dark colour on a white background, it has the opposite effect. It makes whatever you put on a light background, it looks too dark. So you adjust it, but at the end of the painting your values are all wrong because you haven't adjusted them. So partially an exercise. I'm going to cover this up anyway. But the second reason is that I've got 3 200ml tubes of black paint that I bought from acrylic paint that I bought from Wilko's before they decided to get rid of their lovely range of basic artists, well, acrylic, student paint, it wasn't artist quality. So let's, I'm going to just make up a sort of sea picture here, so get a fairly, have a highish, sort of, that's just under halfway. And then, shall we, okay, that'll do, just a rough design with this. It's a lovely pencil. It's Caran d'Ache, Swiss made. Smoothie 77 sent me that several years ago. I sometimes forget I've got it, and it's so useful for marking because obviously the black marker won't register on that. Okay, so palette. Now this is for Luc B from France. I'll go around my colour palette for Luc's benefit. We've got I don't know what it is in French. Cadmium yellow pale, light. It's the lighter of the cadmium range in the yellows. We've got yellow ochre, cadmium red, ultramarine, and red ochre. You could substitute red ochre for burnt sienna, light red, Venetian red. It's a great colour, and I use quite a bit of it in the rocks. Now I've got to get my horizon fairly straight, otherwise I'll get complaints. Still going uphill a bit. Right, okay. Got some oil in here, some linseed oil, a couple of knives. I've got the big knife. I'm not going to do a knife painting, I'm going to do a brush painting. So what I'm going to do is to put in a lot of the basic colours with a knife. Not knife painting, I'm just going to blob them on. I need to make sure I've got some decent brushes to, like decent brushes, rough. Sparse bristles, but they work. It's all about blending. So sky. So I'll have a lighter sky than the one I did the other day. I was going to paint yesterday, but it was so hot and sweaty after the bike ride that I just sat in the chair and sweated it out. I'm not going out next Tuesday if it's really hot. I think we're expecting a lot of rain next week, but we had some fabulous weather really. We moan about our weather in the UK. It's always a sort of a talking point. We moan about the rain when we get it, we moan about the sun when it's too hot, as it is at the moment, or has been for some time now. My runner beans are running away, they're drying up. the leaves are sort of wilting and going into autumn colours, which they shouldn't be doing. That's a shame. Right, okay, so let's have a bit of darker blue in there. Mix it with a bit of cad red. Bit of that red. Just put it on, because we're going to blend all this. Nothing revolutionary about this. It's always been done. Put your knife paint, get it on, then all you've got to do is just blend it with some oil. And let's have a bit of that. My white is a bit over the top now. Let's have a nice light horizon. Yeah, my white is. I'm going to change it. It's just getting a bit tacky now. Plenty of I put some. Well, let's take the paint off earlier. I put it in the bin, but the blob fell off onto the floor, so it's on my sandals, which are drying out of the Velux windows in the loft there. And I've got a black foot, or blue and red foot, where I'm treading in it. Okay, so let's just squeeze out some white, plenty of white. I've got loads of it at the moment. Let's just top that out. It can be a bit wasteful, especially to put too much out rather than have to keep reloading. This is not that expensive, really, is it? Okay, so plenty of white there, a bit of ochre, touch of that red. I won't go into the rocks yet, but sort of the light horizon, light clouds there, then dark sea on the horizon. Okay, so let's. I'm going to use this brush, inch nylon flat. Plenty of oil, and let's get working. This is how you get your dramatic skies effortlessly. There's a bit of dryer in this oil. Thankfully, over the 2 days it's been in my little pot, it hasn't dried. Right, let's get my cloth. Right, that's my horizon there. Prepare my next bit of paper. We on the bike ride yesterday, I went with a pal. I usually go with 2 or 3, but for various reasons, only 2 of us, and my 12-year-old grandson. And we always stop and have a cup of tea, coffee, a break at the abbey, opposite the pottery. And the wife, or the husband and wife team that monitor the pottery, they make all the stuff in their garden, and they've got a kiln and stuff. So it's lovely stuff. And I bought a pint pot for my homemade beer. And she checks the eel traps to check on the size and the number of them going up the river by the watermill. The watermill still works. It's the only one left on the Wandle that does. It gives powers the lighting. That's about all. But it's a lovely thing. It's all part of the old William Morris Liberty's design factory in the, I think, the 18th, 19th century. Right, let's just put a bit of blue in there. And my grandson thought this was lovely. There were 7 small eels, small wiggly eels in the trap, and they explained how they don't decide which sex they're going to be till they're about 7 years old. Been across the to the Sargasso Sea, and amazing little things. And the largest one was probably about, I don't know, about 20, 23, 4 centimetres, and they've had it in like a V plastic trough so that they can measure these things. It was wriggling away, and they let my grandson touch and hold this little eel. Oh, he was so happy. Oh, so what a joy, what a joy. See him happy. Now let's get some character in this. Let's get a bit of dark. My mauve dark I'll have, I think. It's quite a bit of oil on this now. Oh, that's got a bit blue in it there. Alright, let's get a bit of light blue in there somewhere. I don't know what sort of sea we got here. I'll go back to that bluey, mauvey colour. Right, let's get a bit of light on that horizon now. Oh, come in. Something happening there. Got to make sure I finish in the time I allow myself to do these before the video starts off another one, and I would have to edit it. Okay, I'm going to just get a bit more light on there. Contrast, all about light against dark. So now we've got a nice warm looking sky there, so let's get a bit of dark on the horizon. Try to soften that horizon. Some of that black is showing through, doesn't matter. Alright, that'll do. And then we'll put a bit of down there, blended. Okay, I've gone over that. Right, let's clean that off a bit and put in some right, okay, blend. Where's my blendy brush gone? There it is. Couldn't see the wood for the trees. With oil. Right, okay, let's get some paint in here now. Bit of green. Let's have a grey. Got to maintain the contrast. There's some warmer colours in it. Can't get a good grey really with these colours. I miss the Payne's grey. Right, let's get some dark in there. Right, now we've got the counter change. Too much blue and not enough grey really. I'll get some dark in there. The Payne's grey is such a useful colour, especially when you're not using it. Right, let's get some sea in there. I'll put that other rock in. I want a bit of dark and shadowy colour there, and the brighter ochre in here. Must get that shadow in there and the brights in there. Just put a bit of grassy stuff coming down in there just to relieve the monotony. I think I probably should use a knife in there. Got a bit of a just trying to create the illusion of rocks, and that is not as easy as you would think. So all we're trying to do is just create the illusion of a rock, not a portrait of a rock. It's creating so that somebody looking at it say, "Oh, they're rocks." Then if you look at them closely, they're not. Okay, we'll let that go. Let's get some browny stuff in here. Oh, look at that dark. Right, we've got a bit of light in there. Catching a bit of light on there. And right, I've got a bit of that pinky glow in here. put some shadow in front of some of these. And we'll go back into that colour, couleur. No, I mean it's a bit of dark. Yeah, I put colours out here that I'm not using. Just a little bit of flotsam, seaweed. Okay, well, I'm not over happy with that. Well, I was struggling without that paint spray. Get some red in that stone. Some light green on here. Okay, well that's about all I can do there, I think. Right, I'll put that in the mount and we'll have a look at it. But bear in mind, it is a demonstration. If I was doing this for myself, which I don't, all my stuff is on YouTube now, has been since I started this project. Oops, go back on there. I enjoy sharing it with you anyway. Right, let's have a mount. Oh, that mount. That's too small, far too small. That one, what's that one like? That's too big. Oh. That's probably too big as well. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, well I'll lift you up. And you can have a look at that. I'm not going to do any watercolours while the weather's like this, folks. It's just horrible for sweaty watercolours. Right, there we are. I think my horizon probably needs a bit of sorting out there. Right, well, I hope you like that one. I'll sort that corner. The mount is the wrong size. It's just a bit too big. Let's see if we can find a smaller one. No, that's too small now. No, I like my sky. Right, let's put the old blue one or grey one on. That's better. That's a better one, isn't it? Anyway, I like my sky. You saw how I did it. Have a go yourself. Just put the paint on and then just blend it with a bit of oil. But if you put too much oil on, you'll get lost. Harry's teeth marks. Look. Right, okay, well enjoy the rest of your day, folks. I'm not going to do any more apart from uploading this. I'm sure I'll get some chores to do. Going to have some orange juice, I think. Put some moisture back. Right, see you soon. Bye bye.